What's going on, guys? Thanks to those joining me live and to those joining me on archive. Hey, let me tell you, man. You see, McGregor kept his cool this time, right? He did, and he brought it this time. Conor McGregor brought it, right? And I told you, look, I'm gonna call it like it is. It's I am whatever had the last press conference. I called it like it is, right? This press conference, it was all McGregor, right? Conor McGregor, like I said, very witty, and he just he took this one, right? I mean, he took this one. He took it to Floyd. He took it to Showtime. Fuck this, fuck that. You bitch. The whole nine. Everything was great. Obviously, Conor McGregor has in Los Angeles. I would say it was about 70% Conor of fans there, but in Canada it was probably 95% Conor. I mean, it was crazy in Toronto. Um, it's crazy, but almost everybody there was all for Conor McGregor. I mean, this was a very pro Conor crowd. He had him in the palm of his hand. Had him, chanting whatever he wants. On the count of three, you're gonna say "fuck the Mayweathers," the whole nine, and fuck Showtime. The shit's entertaining, right? I mean, this is how you know the shit's entertaining. Even the whole Mayweather crew was cracking up, like when he first started. And then I think Mayweather realized, whoa, I can't be laughing here. So he tried to play it off like, no, this shit don't matter. I don't give a fuck, right? Um, Floyd did okay. The fans can't fight for you, and this time they allowed Conor to have the mic. Like I said, um, it's money, right? You know what I mean? When Conor McGregor talks, like him or hate him, right? He's gonna get his ass whooped, okay, in that boxing fight. But but like him or hate him, when he talks, it's dollar bills, man. It just is. So the more he talks, the better. Like you know what I mean? This dude's he's like at the level of like The Rock, maybe. You know what I mean? Now I still don't think people still like. Let me just say this, okay? Saying "fuck Showtime" that's not at the level of Muhammad Ali, okay? Dana White needs to sit down. When they say this guy is as witty as Muhammad Ali, right? Ali's shit was way more clever than that. Okay, he was just telling people to shut the fuck up, and like, you know what I mean. Like that's weak in comparison. But no doubt about it, Floyd did okay at best. But I think he knew he took the L. Like Floyd knew the L was there. He threw the white flag basically. Couldn't really get the crowd to chant, hard work and dedication. Hopefully, look, I want to see personally. I want to see a 50-50 crowd, right? I mean, that's what I want to see because that would be entertaining, right? Hopefully, no fights break out in the crowd. Could you imagine fucking fights break out in the crowd, right? Um, but I'm not shocked about Toronto. MMA is big over there, right? So I'm not shocked whatsoever. It's the crowds that have been at those are probably the craziest MMA crowds, you know. So I'm not shocked at all that they came hard for Conor. You know what I mean? Los Angeles, hey man, a lot of you Floyd fans, you could have made it like at least 30% of the crowd there. You know what I mean? Like you guys really, and I'll tell you why it's like this. But Brooklyn is going to be very. Is it Brooklyn? If I'm not mistaken, it's Brooklyn, right? Where they're going to go next, or Chicago? Like it's. I heard somebody. I don't know. I don't even know. All right. But either or, now that's going to be interesting, right? Hopefully, it's more interesting that way. And then London is going to be very interesting. A lot of people are expecting. Like, I don't think Conor's going to have another crowd like this one. Like the crowd in freaking Toronto was huge, right? But London's going to be interesting, man. Like London's going to be very, very interesting. Like I don't know. Like Mayweather's actually gone to London to work out, and dudes will start like chanting like "There's only one Mayweather." So I don't know, right? It's I understand that Connor's from Ireland and all, but there's some history there. I'm just saying, man. Like I'm just saying. There's some history with England and Ireland. Like people think it's like one and the same. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'll just say that. I would bet that Connor's going to have the lion's share of the crowd. That's who that if I was a betting man. Okay, but we'll see. I think London is going to be the best crowd, right? But we'll see, right? The But I'll tell you what, man. Floyd doesn't have to do anything now. Like what I mean. He brought it in the first press conference. But at this point, you just had to let Connor talk. Like the more this guy has the mic, the better. Like all Floyd has to do is start. He just has to start saying, "Just show up. I'll do the rest." That's it, right? Now he's gonna try and talk because egos and all that. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. I'm waiting for them to pull something off. If they want ideas, I mean, they could get a little more creative here. I mean, first of all, right? First of all, this is what I would. This is what I would do. This would be my idea. Okay. First of all, right? There are some. Well, I would personally. I would bring out like some bag or something, right? With a starter kit, like for boxing, right? Like I'll pull up, like little like punching bags that like hit the ground when you hit it and shit. I'll be like, here, Connor. Like I know you have some work to do here. Like I'll do something like that. Like I'll start mocking the fact that he's a novice in boxing. I'll continue doing that, and then that's gonna rally. That's gonna piss him off, and then it's gonna be even better because Connor's gonna go in, right? But I don't think much more has to be done, to be honest. Okay, the crowds are great. All right, the crowds are great. Like I said, so far they've been in the palm of Connor's hands, and there you go. Now I think there's two reasons why the crowds. First of all, Canada would have been like that regardless, right? But number one, a lot of boxing fans hate this fight. So even though I agree that they're going to watch it and all that, right? They're going to watch it, but they're going to be curious. I mean, it's period. But a lot of them just aren't bothered, right? A certain segment of them are like, this fight's a joke. Okay, that's number one. And most importantly, number two, and I think it's a bigger reason, right? Conor McGregor is very, very liked, right? Very liked by casual fans. The casual fans and obviously MMA fans really like Conor McGregor a lot, right? I could bet you anything. A lot of the people at these, aside from Toronto, at these press conferences, don't know much about combat sports. I could almost guarantee that at least 50% of them aren't big fans really of boxing or of MMA. They're Conor McGregor fans, right? And I think, like I said, I said this from the very beginning, okay? And I admitted this. When this fight first was announced, like I thought it was a joke, right? I'm gonna be honest. But the mistake I made, and I admit I made this mistake. I looked at the fight from my bubble, from my perspective, from my boxing bubble. That's how I looked at the fight. But then, like I told people, there is a movement here, right? Like I said this from the beginning when the odds first came out. The odds makers are going to make a lot of money off of this fight. I said it from the beginning. You're not going to have a hard time finding people to bet you on this fight. You're just not, which is crazy. I mean, that is insane. To me, it's insane. There's many people, every day, the closer the fight gets, the more and more people are starting to believe that Conor McGregor is going to win this fight. Like, it's like, really? Is that really going to happen? Oh, well, he has a shot to, like, well, Floyd's old. I mean, Conor's in his prime. Oh, Conor's bigger. First of all, now, I'm not saying they did this on purpose. I'm not, okay? But it's an awful big coincidence. Have you guys looked at Conor McGregor's shoes? Conor's wearing a suit. He's wearing dress shoes. And if you look at them. I mean, you couldn't ride a subway under those fucking shoes, right? I mean, they're practically fucking heels. Mayweather's wearing tennis shoes. Now, look, I'm not saying they're the same height. Conor is taller than Floyd, but he's not that much taller than Floyd. Look at the shoes. Look at the shoes. Right? Floyd's 5'8". Conor's 5'9". Right? He's taller than him by 1 inch. Like people looked at the face. Oh my God, Conor's so much bigger. Like, I mean, shit's insane. He is a taller guy than Floyd. He is. He's a bigger guy than Floyd, but he's not that much bigger. You know, and it's at first I was like, well, I mean, how can people not know that? But there you go, right? A lot of clever shit. First of all, let me say this. There's a lot of people already speculating that these two guys are, once the lights come off and everybody goes home and they go to the back, they're high-fiving and saying, yep, we're going to make a lot of money, right? And first, I don't think they're saying that out loud. That's number one. But is there an agreement between the both of them, I believe anyway, where they're like, yeah, let's really sell this shit? Yes. Okay. Of course they are. Right? This is money. You guys have no idea how much money they're going to make out of this shit. First of all, a couple things I noticed. There was a part where Floyd grabbed the flag, right? I don't know. I mean, a lot of coincidences. An Irish fan gave an Irish flag to Floyd. It's very possible, you know, but just follow me here. Before Floyd walked that way, he put the bag with the money and he dropped it on the side where Conor McGregor was sitting down. Okay? That's where he dropped the bag. Why would he put the bag there? Then he goes in and he gets the flag, right? It's just coincidence after coincidence. And then they do the whole thing with if you do something to that flag, I'll throw this money or something like that. Or I forgot what the hell he said. And people ate it up. That shit broke the internet, right? And then especially because he took out the money, like it's only 10 grand here, whatever it was, right? That whole thing, okay, it's just that whole thing to me looked like it was set up. That's just me, all right? I'm not saying that for sure it was, but it doesn't even matter, but it just looked set up to me. Okay. But whatever. Like, it's, you know, maybe it wasn't. I have no idea. But I think, like, the more and more shit happens, the more I'm thinking to myself, did they plan that? Like, I keep, like, scratching my head, right? And I start wondering if they planned that. Like, you know, I don't know. It's just, the whole thing is just interesting. Like, you know, who fucking knows? But anyone who doesn't think these press conferences are highly entertaining you're out of your mind. These press conferences are the show, all right? If you're missing this press conference, you're missing the best part. Right? You're missing the best part of the whole thing. You got to watch. This is great. You know, I know a lot. Like in the last press conference where I said Conor, you know, he didn't bring it. I thought he fell flat. You know, he didn't bring his A game. He didn't. Right? And all these Conor fans, oh, fuck you, bitch. You're just a hater. You give Conor no credit. Like, no. You guys are just blind supporters of Conor, or you're just blind haters of Floyd, man. Okay, like a lot of you always side against Floyd. Like, you think I'm shocked? Okay, that you're siding against, like, you know what I mean? A lot of you never side with Floyd, and then you expect me to take your opinion serious? Come on, right? But look, Conor, hands down, okay, I don't give a fuck what anybody says, got the best of Floyd in this one, right? He just did. He got the best of him. He's better in the mic. Like, if there were WWE superstars, let me put it to you this way. In a boxing match, Floyd wins, hands down, right? If there were stand-up comedians, Conor would win, hands down. If there were WWE superstars, Conor would win, hands down. Vince McMahon would pick Conor McGregor to win because he's better on the mic. Like, that's the way it is, okay? They would book McGregor to win. MMA fight, McGregor would win. Okay, see, I'm not hating on McGregor. I'm just saying, right? But the only thing that matters is the boxing fight. That's it, right? That is it. It's just, that's the only part that matters, okay? But at the same time, this is the most entertaining part, right? And stop falling for the little tricks, man. Stop falling for the tricks, all right? You know, the Conor has shoes on, okay? They're adding like 1.5 inches to his height, okay? You guys, like, I think you guys think I'm lying or something, but I'm serious. Like, Conor McGregor is, I mean, some of you have worn like dress shoes before, right? I think you have. Right? I mean, you know, they give you like an extra inch of height. You know, come on. And the Conors are like an extra, they're like Marco Rubio-like. They're those like shoes that, you know, insecure short guys wear. Okay, that's what he's wearing. All right? But people making it seem like, oh my God, he's such a giant. Like, the fuck? They're almost eye level if you take off those shoes. Conor is taller. He is bigger. But not that much bigger, right? And you know, he has more bone density and stuff. He's a bigger guy. Like, don't get me wrong, okay? But that's when people saw that stare down, and they saw Conor like it's like tower over Floyd. They're not taking into account the shoes they're wearing. Right? They're not taking that into account. Okay, that matters. Okay, okay, that actually matters. All right. Like, I'm just saying. Like, we'll know, all right, the real height disparity when they're off the scales, when none of them are wearing shoes. That's when we'll know. And Conor will still be taller. That's not going to change. But it's going to be slightly different to what you're seeing right now, right? At this point, here's what I wanted to address next, okay? First of all the MMA fans are complaining about the format and this, that, and the third. First of all, I disagree, okay? The UFC format, okay, all the fighters sit down like good little boys while Dana White is the center stage, okay? And he's picking who's going to ask the next question, all right? And then they ask questions to the fighters, all right? And many times it turns out to be a one-man show anyway, but it depends who the, you know, the big star is that they start asking questions to, right? And everything becomes a sideshow. That's not a better format, okay? When both guys can go up to the stage, all right, that's a much better format, right? It's a much better format. I don't give a fuck what you say. You were just saying that the other day because Conor didn't have his best performance, right? That's the only reason that happened. That's the only reason. This format is way better. It's way better. Like they're not sitting down like little children, okay, in a first grade class, all right? While teacher is in the middle of the fucking thing, right? That's not that's not the way it works here. Dana White is in there calling the shots and get the fuck out of the way, right? This format is far better. Now, granted, the format is made for two fighters, right? That's all it's for. The UFC, like they have like 12, 16 dudes sit down for an hour, and only like 4 of them get questions. Like it's stupid, right? No, that format's better. It's better in the UFC. Like I'll tell you one thing that's better in the UFC. Okay, they don't have like those old farts talk. Okay, that's true. Okay, when they have nobody gives a fuck with what the MGM president has to say, and like nobody gives a shit what the spokesman wants to say, and nobody wants to hear from those old farts. Okay, nobody gives a fuck. And then they're reading from a script, and it's all on monotone, and we are so excited to work with Mayweather Promotions and the UFC for this extraordinary event. We will look forward to, shut the fuck up, right? Now, first of all, DStyleBoxing has been on YouTube saying shut the fuck up, right? Okay, for what? What's it been now? 9 years, all right? So don't, right? I don't want to hear, oh, you're copying Conor McGregor. Because like if Conor McGregor made up the term shut the fuck up. All right? Anyway. Look. All right? This is great. Now, let me tell you. Now, one thing I want to address before I go to bed, right? I have a long day tomorrow. I have a very long day, right? Then you guys know, I don't know if I'll do any of the immediate reaction like I did yesterday because, I'm working. I got shit to do, but I'll get to it eventually, just like I did tonight, right? The movement is real, okay? I don't even, I believe, at first I thought, wow, maybe like 20% of people will think McGregor has a shot or a legitimate shot. But now, honestly, I think it's 50-50. I know that shocks me. It shocks me. I had people coming up to me saying, hey, I'll bet you in the fight, right? That's crazy, right? Like, if there wasn't this many people, and like I've told boxing fans this, I was in the same bubble, man, when this started. I was. And the reality is, like I know Mayweather's going to beat his ass. I already know that. Okay, that hasn't changed. I'm talking about the perception of the public. A lot of you boxing fans out there, you know what I know, right? You know what's going to happen. What you're not understanding is that there are people out there that think this is a 50-50 fight. There's people out there that think Conor McGregor's going to put hands on Floyd. There's people out there that honestly think McGregor has an excellent chance of winning this fight. I know that's very hard to believe. I didn't think there would be a mass movement like that. But you have to get out of the boxing bubble. Get out of it. That movement is out there and it's very real. Like it's not, you need to understand this. You just gotta. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Floyd and Conor. Right? I mean, I'm not going to act like I bank on here, but Google ad revenue did go up this month. It went up. Everybody's making money. No, but in all seriousness, right? Right now, in a grand like this circus, I still believe it's a circus. I still believe it's a sideshow. I still believe it's a celebrity boxing match. That has not changed. I still know the truth of what's going to happen, like just like you guys do. But get yourselves out of that bubble, and you'll understand. Look at those crowds. Did you see that crowd in Toronto? That was like 95% McGregor fans that believe in this guy. Like they believe that he's going to win. Like they believe this. Like you want me to be honest? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. The Pactards pretended. Honestly, I think they pretend. Some of them did believe it, but a lot of them pretended that they thought. But but even the Pactards, they were watching Manny fight. Like you know what I mean? Like they were in the boxing bubble. Like they infiltrated the boxing bubble, but they were in the boxing bubble. Like you know what I mean? They were so ignorant boxing fans, most of them, but they were in that bubble. This is out of that bubble. Like this is honestly a phenomenon that we're not going to see again. We're not going to see this again. All right? This is, regardless of, like people think that if Conor wins, it's going to change, and it will. If Conor McGregor wins this fight, like I know because we're in that bubble, and a lot of you guys are still in that bubble. I'm telling you right now, nobody's going to care about Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo. Nobody's going to care. Because they're going to say, well, look, why am I going to watch the boxing specialist when MMA fighters are better at boxing specialists at what boxing specialists do? That's what they're going to say. Nobody's going to be interested in that. But, and I'll tell you this right now, I know that when Mayweather beats McGregor, which is the most likely thing to happen, by far, when Mayweather beats McGregor, these masses of people, okay, a lot of these people are going to have far more respect for boxing than they do now. Look, we're stuck in this bubble. You don't want to get out of this bubble. And I've been telling you guys this for years, actually. Nobody respects the sport. Nobody respects the craft. Hell, some people in the damn bubble don't fucking respect the craft. Because all I ever hear is, it's not about how good the fighter is. It's about great fights. That's all I always hear, right? They don't respect the sport. And I'll tell you, when McGregor wins this fight, the sport doesn't deserve respect. I'm telling you that right now. Because everything we believe in this bubble isn't real. If that's the case. Like everything we believe is a lie. If McGregor were to win, right? That's the reality. And that curiosity is what's making it's attracting people. It's like a magnet. It's like people are metals, and this fight is a fucking magnet. And everyone's gravitating towards it. No matter how far away you are from the magnet, you're gravitating towards it. You're curious. And when that bell rings, your heart's going to be beating. My heart's going to be beating. Period. I don't give a fuck who you are. Because you're like, what if? And not, oh, now you're selling the fight. Look, that's not going to happen, right? I'm just trying to tell you, like, why that curiosity is getting to people. Okay? That's the way it is. You know, this is how you know people don't understand boxing. They see a guy with decent hands in the UFC and they think this guy is a world-class boxer. Because they think a good left hand makes you a great boxer. You know, there is a huge level of disrespect, okay, that boxing has right now, right? So get out of that bubble. Look out of the bubble and look at what's happening. It's bigger than MMA. It's bigger than boxing. Look out. Like, you're still stuck in this bubble with other fans. Oh, yeah, this. I'm telling you, a lot of you don't believe that there's masses that think, you know, like, oh, everybody knows this fight's a joke. Like, I'm telling you, no, not everybody knows that. Not everybody's watching this for curiosity's sakes, by the way. A lot of people believe in this kid. Like, they believe in him. They think it's going to happen. They're just as confident that Conor McGregor's going to destroy Floyd, all right, as you as a boxing fan are that Floyd's going to destroy this clown. Like, it's opposite sides of the spectrum. They're just as confident that the opposite is going to happen. I'm telling you. It's hard to believe. And I'm saying this as a person that when this fight was announced, I trashed the fight. But when I saw this, people that never in their YouTube history talked boxing or combat sports start talking about this fight and saying and tying it to politics, saying he's going to win. This is the year that this happens. Look, guys, nobody thought Trump could win the election. That this is a whole new age. Things that we don't, like, you're seeing people talk about philosophy when it comes to this shit. Like, things that you don't think are possible are starting to happen, and like all this crazy shit, right? Hell, when they're doing it with they're using the Horn Pacquiao thing. Oh, look, I mean, even Pacquiao lost to that nobody. You see? And everybody thought Pacquiao would dominate. Anything could happen. Things that shouldn't happen are starting to happen. Like, it's and I think society, that's why I say this is bigger than boxing and MMA. This is reality versus alternative reality. This is what this is. And there's what we believe the reality is versus, no, everything you thought. You know, like it's gonna feel like the fucking Matrix and shit. Like, we're gonna wake up and be like, what the fuck? Are we living in like, what the, you know, like when Neo wakes up, all right, he doesn't know what the fuck he is. He just realized that everything he thought was real was not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I think we're living in an age where people think that, and for understandable reasons, because all these, it's like, oh, all these unexplainable things are happening, and you know, it's the stars are aligned just right. You know, like this is a once in a lifetime thing, and it's going to be historic. It's going to be the biggest moment in sports. Just like, it's just that's what's happening here. You know, and that is what's gravitating people towards this. That's what, I mean. Again, we're living in an age where there's people out there. Think about this. There's people out there that could be convinced that the earth is flat, right? Like, we all know that the empirical scientific evidence is that the world is round. We all know that. But there's people out there that think that's nonsense and have all these elaborate explanations as to why it's flat. And you guys can think, oh, come on, you're going off to, Again, you're stuck on this boxing bubble. Look at that movement out there and perception. Now, look, perception doesn't win boxing fights, right? But the perception is, oh, this is what's going on here. And then they're starting to put doubt in people's minds, right? Because what you can't do with Conor, you can't look at boxing fights and see like, well, he ain't all that, right? They're already making people forget about the sparring tape. Oh, the sparring tape, he wasn't taking that serious. Sparring tape, fuck that, right? He's going to bring an awkward style that Floyd's never seen before, and it's going to give him problems. You know, and so that's what's happening here. And there's people that believe this. There's people that honestly believe this. And as I sat back and I listened to video after video after video, they weren't talking about, you know, the fight and the fighters and their strategies and how they can make it happen. And no, they're talking about philosophy. They're talking about if Trump won the election, anything could happen. They're talking about, it's boxing's been on decline and MMA's been on the rise. You don't even know it, but MMA fighters have already surpassed boxers when it comes to the hands. And these are things that there's people out there that believe that. All right. So you can call a fight what it is, right? That's cool. But if you ignore the event, then that's on you. I find it fascinating. Like when the Conor McGregor fans come up to me, oh, you don't understand, mate. Conor should do this, and then they break it down, just like the flat earthers break down when the earth is flat, right? To me, that's what it sounds like. You know what I mean? Like tomorrow I wake up and then it comes out all over the news that, oh, no, scientists have been lying this whole time. The earth is flat. Like, I'll be like, holy shit, those dudes are right. Are you fucking kidding me? I wouldn't even know what the fuck, right? So there you go. Now I want to remind people something no one's talking about. No one's talking about this, right? No one. Conor, like you keep hearing about Conor being a southpaw. Yeah, he's a southpaw. And yes, Floyd is orthodox. Could you imagine? Right? This scenario. Like, imagine this, okay? Ding ding. Conor's coming. Floyd's coming. Oh, then boom. Oh shit. They clash heads. Fucking clash heads. Oh, they got a fucking gash over their eye. Oh shit. Oh, the doctor's stopping it. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Like that. Honestly, I would laugh. Okay, I would fucking laugh. That would be devastating. Okay, and I'm telling people this because there's no doubt in my mind Conor at some point is going to try to look a way out of this fight. Okay, now he's not going to do it by doing some crazy shit, like, you know what I mean? But people are like, oh, he's going to kick him in the head but he's going to try to find a way out. Like, he's going to try and find a way for the ref to stop it so he can save face and be like, like, I wasn't ready to go. He wasn't hurting me. Like I know it. Like, I know something like that is going to happen. A moment like that's going to happen. So don't be shocked if a head clash happens. Oops. Just saying, right? Anyway. Right? So yes, in closing, Conor McGregor won the he won the whole enchilada. Okay, he won the press conference, and we'll see for the next one. See who gets the best of who. Who do you think is going to win that press conference? All right. I think like I said from the beginning, even when Floyd won the first one, Right? I said my money's on Conor to win the next 3. Right? So if I was a betting man, I bet on Conor to win the next 2 press conferences. How? They may even become more one-sided, to be honest with you. I think Floyd's out of material. I'm just being honest. Okay, but it might be the opposite of the fight. Like maybe Conor comes out and wins round 1, and then Floyd just takes over. You never know, right? Now, actually, before I got this question. Somebody sent me this question, and I want to answer it. If anyone out there has questions, feel free, send it to my inbox, and I'll try to get to it. Let me know in the comment if you're okay with me saying your name. If you say yes, of course I'll say it. If you say no, I won't. And if you don't say anything, I'll assume you don't. But anyway, so say, well, what scenario? I'm paraphrasing. What scenario do you envision where it would be good for both sports, where boxing benefits, but MMA benefits as well? If Conor McGregor wins 1 round, that'll make MMA look very good. All right, very good. Like if you come out and win round 1 where Floyd is just trying to kind of figure you out, and Floyd has lost a couple round 1s. Like it's not out of the ordinary. Okay, but if Conor can just win 1 round, hell, tell you what, he didn't even have to win a round. If there's a debatable round where you could give it to either guy, or let's say you say Floyd won it, but Conor put up a decent fight, it'll make MMA look really good. And then Floyd will take over, and that'll make boxing look good. Okay, that I think. Maybe some boxing fans out there will disagree. Like, oh, fuck that. That'll make boxing look terrible. But I don't know. It's maybe say so. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think so. But that's my scenario. Where both sports come out looking great. That, right? But there you go. But look, Conor, he already has his wild card, man. He's already put it in the whole, this isn't a real fight. It's a quarter of a fight. And so that way when he loses, you can say, well, I lost, but it was a boxing fight. It wasn't really a real fight. Like, you know what I mean? He already has that ready. So Conor will be fine regardless what happens. Okay. With that said, this is DStyleBoxing, and thanks to those that stayed on, man. This is great. All right, I'm out.